Picture this. You're standing in the airport security line, the buzz of travelers all around you, excitement building for your long-awaited vacation. Maybe you're thinking about the beach you'll visit, the family you'll see, or the adventure that awaits on the other side of your flight. In your carry-on, you've tucked away your hard-earned cash, money you saved up for months, maybe even years, to make this trip possible. Suddenly, a TSA agent signals for your bag to be pulled aside for extra screening. Your heart skips a beat as you watch them unzip your luggage, your mind racing with worry. You remind yourself you haven't broken any rules, you're just a regular traveler, following all the guidelines. The agent opens your bag and finds your envelope of cash. Let's say it's $8,000, neatly counted and set aside for your trip. You remember hearing about the $10,000 limit for carrying cash, so you feel confident you're well within the law. You even checked the rules before you packed. But then the questions begin. Where did this money come from? Why are you carrying so much? What's it for? The tone shifts from routine to suspicious. More officers approach, their presence making you feel like you've done something wrong, even though you know you haven't. Suddenly they tell you your cash is suspicious. Without warning they seize it, handing you a receipt and offering little explanation. You're allowed to board your flight, but your money, your savings, your security for the trip, is gone. You feel a wave of disbelief and anger. Your vacation plans are suddenly in jeopardy. The trip you dreamed about is now overshadowed by stress and uncertainty. This isn't just a rare story. It happens to travelers every single day, in airports across the country. People lose their savings at airports, sometimes their entire nest egg. Even when they've done absolutely nothing wrong, they're left confused, helpless, and without the money they worked so hard to earn. The system offers little guidance or support. Following the rules, having your paperwork in order, and being honest doesn't always protect you from this nightmare. In just a few minutes, the system can turn you from an excited traveler into a suspect, with your plans and finances in jeopardy. Your dream trip becomes a nightmare, and you're left with no idea how to get your money back or who to turn to for help. The feeling of powerlessness is overwhelming, and the fear of losing everything you've saved is all too real. You're surrounded by strangers, but in that moment, you feel completely alone. No one seems able to help or even understand. In an instant, your life savings can vanish, leaving you with nothing but questions and regret. All because you made the simple choice to carry cash for your trip, unaware of the risks. It's a frightening reality for many travelers, and it could happen to anyone, even you. Many believe you can't carry more than $10,000 in cash on a domestic flight. That's a myth. There's no federal law limiting how much cash you can bring on domestic flights in the US. The $10,000 rule only applies to international travel. You must declare amounts over that when crossing borders. If you fail to declare, your money can be seized and you could face charges. But even on domestic flights, carrying large sums can draw suspicion. Law enforcement looks for signs of criminal activity, not just currency violations. Carrying cash, any amount, can make you a target for civil asset forfeiture. This law lets police seize property they suspect is linked to a crime, even if you're never charged. The real danger is something called civil asset forfeiture, a process that allows the government to take your money, even if you haven't been charged with a crime. Law enforcement can seize your cash if they simply suspect it's tied to illegal activity. No actual charges or convictions are required. Just suspicion is enough to trigger a seizure. In these cases, your money is treated as guilty property until you can prove otherwise, turning the usual idea of innocent until proven guilty on its head. TSA agents often flag travelers carrying large sums of cash. Officers are trained to look for so-called red flags, like nervous behavior, unclear answers, or even just unusual packaging of your money. The standard for taking your money is shockingly low, just more likely than not that the cash is somehow connected to a crime. That's all it takes. After your money is seized, you're left to fight an uphill battle. You must prove your money's innocence through a complicated and often expensive legal process. Legal fees and court costs can quickly add up, sometimes costing more than the amount that was taken. Because of this, many people simply give up and walk away. The burden of proof is entirely on you, not the government. You have to prove your own innocence, which is the opposite of how most people think the justice system works. Even if you've done absolutely nothing wrong, you can lose everything you have on you in an instant just because you were carrying cash. The process is confusing, intimidating, and stacked against ordinary people who may not know their rights or how to fight back. In the end, Most people never see their money again, and the system continues to profit from their loss. Real people lose their money this way all the time. A retired conductor flying to buy a car had $16,000 seized. He got it back after months in court. A college student carrying $2,500 from his small business lost it because he couldn't provide receipts on the spot. A business owner with $9,000 for inventory had his cash taken, despite having withdrawal slips and a clear purpose. None were criminals, they just fit a suspicious profile. They were left fighting a system stacked against them. Their property was presumed guilty. The legal battle is daunting and expensive. Most can't afford to fight. Ordinary people become victims overnight. The system flips the presumption of innocence. It's a nightmare for anyone caught in it. If you must travel with cash, remember that it's always safer to avoid carrying large amounts whenever possible. Instead, consider using alternatives like cashier's checks, wire transfers, or secure payment apps. These methods are not only more convenient, but they also offer a higher level of security and peace of mind while you're on the move. Using these options creates a clear paper trail, which helps prove the legitimacy of your funds and reduces the chance of raising suspicion with authorities or security personnel. But if you have no choice and must carry cash, never try to hide it in secret compartments or inside your checked luggage. Instead, keep your cash in a plain envelope inside your carry-on bag, where it's easily accessible and visible if needed. If you're questioned by airport security or customs, stay calm and be completely upfront about the cash you're carrying. Honesty and composure go a long way. Always bring documentation with you, such as bank withdrawal slips, bills of sale, contracts, or even printed emails that show where the money came from and what it's intended for. The more documentation you have, the better. Prepare your answers in advance. Be ready to explain clearly. Where did the money come from? What's it for? Why are you carrying cash instead of using electronic methods? Practice your explanation so you can answer confidently. The more proof and supporting documents you have, the less likely your money will be seized or questioned. Remember, transparency is your best defense when traveling with cash. Don't give law enforcement a reason to doubt your story. Stay organized, keep your paperwork handy, and be ready to present it at any time. With the right preparation, you can turn what might seem like a suspicious situation into nothing more than a routine check. Build a fortress of evidence around your cash before you travel. Withdraw money close to your travel date and get a stamped receipt. Gather all documents related to your cash's purpose, ads, emails, bills of sale, or letters. Keep everything together with your cash. If questioned, calmly present your documents and walk officers through your paper trail. Show you're prepared and transparent. This changes the context instantly. You appear credible, not suspicious. Preparation can prevent seizure. Take control of the situation before suspicion builds. The $10,000 rule is a myth for domestic travel. The real risk is civil asset forfeiture. Law enforcement can seize your cash on suspicion alone, and you must fight to get it back. We've seen how ordinary people lose their savings in minutes. Avoid carrying large sums of cash. Use safer, traceable methods. If you must carry cash, document everything and be ready to explain. Your preparation is your only shield. Stay informed, travel smart, and protect your money. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.